This is storm season Simcoe reporting to you with a risk of severe weather in Simcoe County. This is August 11th, 2021. We're going to be looking at pivotal weather and analyzing some of the maps for some of the severe weather parameters. So this is a look at the GFS. GFS initialized at 6 Zulu, so that's actually around 2 a.m. Eastern. 12 Zulu hasn't come out yet, but you can see at about 0 Zulu or 8 p.m. this evening, we have a very high amounts of convective potential energy. And when I look at the sounding, it says there's a marginal risk of a tornado. So why does it say that? You can go below the sounding a little bit and it shows you some indexes that relate to severe weather. Really quickly, I like to look at SRH Storm Relative Helicity and wind shear. So the values here are close to about 100. So that is sufficient for the development of a mesocyclone and also a tornado if the lower levels have that amount of helicity as well. I'll look at the surface-based CAPE or convective potential energy on the NAM. I noticed the NAM likes to overestimate a little bit. This would be your worst case scenario. Right over Simcoe County, there was an extreme area of convective energy. It has the risk of a tornado when I click on the sounding. So they're a little more certain about this when you look at this sounding. And we're going to find out why in just a minute when I look below. So when I look below, very high values of helicity, which it represents rotation relative to the storm. Oh yeah, it's way over 100. You could definitely have a strong tornado on the ground, strong rotation in the storm, a strong mesocyclone. Now, looking at the HRRR, I think this could be maybe a little more realistic. It's not as bad as the NAM. There's a little pocket of convective potential energy right over Lake Simcoe there, so it would affect Simcoe County. When I click on that and look at the sounding, oh, there's a risk of a tornado there as well. So even the HRRR is a little more realistic, and it's saying risk of tornado. So in just a few seconds, we'll find out why that is. Look at the helicity and the wind shear. So helicity and wind shear also significant here. Values over 100 from the surface up to 3 kilometers. From the surface up to 1 kilometer. Also, the air that's getting sucked into the storm will be rotating. That's all going to help contribute to the risk of a tornado. Finally, we look at the 3K NAM, which is a little more realistic. Again, the HRRR and the 3K NAM, I like to look at them. So you can see there's little maximum in the Cape over Simcoe County, or maybe it's just over Dufferin, but still, that storm's going to move in. It has a risk of a tornado when I look at the sounding, and we're going to find out why by looking at the wind shear and the helicity, the rotation in the wind. Just a second. So now here we see that the helicity it's a little lower. You might have a mesocyclone, but still at the surface, surface to 1 kilometer looks like it's high enough to support perhaps a tornado. And the inflow is going to be high helicity, high rotation there. So as you can see, the Americans have a tornado risk that appears to go right across southern Ontario. There's one region in Michigan, towards Wisconsin and Illinois, and another region in western New York. So that looks like it could easily impact Simcoe County. And we also have a risk of strong winds during these thunderstorms. Very easily, that whole area covers southern Ontario. So we'll definitely be seeing some of that. And on top of that, wind risk. The Americans have also issued a hail risk for this entire area. It looks like it goes across southern Ontario again, so damaging hail, damaging winds, risk of tornado is all there for the thunderstorms that we're going to get later this evening.